Okay, I'll just pause recording here until, there we go. And I'm super pumped that you guys are here. So I titled this Recruit Like a Rock Star or Boss. I don't remember what I did. But I also want to touch on a couple other things too. So it's not just going to be recruiting. But I really felt like I needed to share with you guys that I'm going to talk about recruiting tonight, but I'm going to talk about why recruiting is so important right now. And if you don't realize that you're in a recession, I feel like I'm not sure what rock you're living under, but we're a bit in it, right? We're in it now. And I just really want you to sort of dive in and just sit with this for a second, because I want to tell you the next 12 to 18 months of this for you and your business could be the most important time ever. And the thing about recessions and the thing about what happens after recessions is that they only happen every 10, 15 years. So this is it. I assume none of us will ever get this opportune time again, where we are at the point in our business where we are right now. And whatever point you're at, that's what I'm saying. You'll never get this opportune again. I'm not saying you won't be in it still, or I won't be in it, or whoever. I'm saying this is the opportune time because you're in it right now. Recessions, they suck. They're sucky. They do. We know that, but they are very temporary. And the great thing about them, and the reason that economists love them and people who, study the market and all that love them, because of the growth that comes after. The growth that comes after, I mean, if you look at any big, huge recession, the growth that comes after is just out of this world. It is not only exponential, but it is long. Before COVID, we had 115 months of growth. That's what, look, where every month was bigger than the last in terms of I'm not saying Zaya, but in terms of the economy, it was just continuously bigger and bigger. The great thing about being a Zaya rep during a recession, as you guys know, through COVID and through now, is that if you work your business, you get something back. Movement happens for all businesses after recessions, 100%, but the ones that are working it during a recession will be the ones that grow afterwards. So usually recessions last 12 to 15 months on average. And the effects of it are long after. The difference is we don't have to stress about the overhead right now. There's no overhead stress for us. We aren't losing money by working Zaya. Okay, you're putting time into it, and I assume you're getting a paycheck, and maybe you want a bigger paycheck, and that's why you're on this call, and I'm super excited about that. But our families and they aren't suffering because the recession, and we are Zaya rep. Yes, they might be suffering because gas prices and everything else, but in fact, if you worked your business at all during the last 6 months to a year, you'll know that you're getting a paycheck. You're getting a paycheck to help, cover the extra costs of things right now that are expensive, right? We've talked about that. That's why recruiting and continuing to show up for your business is so important right now. And I like to look at it from that approach. And I'd like to talk about it from that approach for a minute, because the growth that will soon happen right after this will be like no other time in your business. You will not get that time again. And it will be humongous. It will be humongous. And that's not me saying it will be humongous. That is the projection. That is, research. That's after every single recession. That's what happens, especially in direct sales, because people tend to continue to show up during the recession. But B, the other reason why it is so important to look at recruiting right now is people are looking for ways to make an income. And if you haven't realized that yet, you need to. People are looking at easier ways to make an income. So we need to stop talking about the discount. We need to stop focusing on the discount for people. There is a time to bring up the discount and to recruit around the discount and to try to get reps for the discount. Yes, that's great. I spent the day with one of our discount reps. She's been a discount rep on this team for 2 years. I spent several hours with her today, and she takes full advantage. She loves it. We talked about the business and how she does it completely different than me. And it was so great to sit and chat with her. But right now is not the time to be preaching about the discount and to do attraction marketing around the discount. That's not it. People want to know how they can make money from their phone with what they're already doing without adding to their overflowing plate. We need to talk about that. We need to talk about the fact that you can work this part-time. You don't have to add to your overflowing plate. You don't have to be in it, fully in it, full-time, legacy, money, residual income, huge teams, nothing like that. That's great. But you can also just wear and sell some activewear and make $200 to $500 a month. And people would love that. People are looking for that. So that's why I want to bring up the recession. That's why I want to bring up recruiting right now. And I think it's super important. In order to succeed through the recession, though, I don't even want to use that word, actually, the recession, but in order to succeed during this time, and if you've been in it for longer than a year, then you'll know it's a little bit harder right now. I'm not even talking about recruiting, but here's the things that you need to know. There's 3 things that I really feel like we need to focus on to get us through this time. And the time is pretty much like we're in it. It's not going to get worse. It'll probably get better because the fall is always better. And the fact that it almost even picked up in the summer, which was a bit of a shock. But here's 3 things that would be that you should note. You need to have the right mindset. I mean, I talk about that all the time, but to think positively is just a huge thing. If you're constantly like, no one wants to buy from me right now, nobody's booking parties anymore, my parties suck, no one wants to join my team, no one wants to, you know, be a rep right now, or you know, I can't recruit. If you're thinking those thoughts, how well do you think you're going to do this job? Not well. Now, I'm not talking you have to go out and be like full out, you know, super positive, over the top, you know, crazy bubbly person. No, I'm not that person either, but I do think about things differently. And I think that that helps. You know, if you think no one wants to join me, the kit's too expensive right now, you know, if you're thinking these things, it's not going to work for you. Unfortunately, it's really not. And that's not in recruiting. That's not just in direct sales. That's in life. If you think negatively about something, it's most likely that's what you're going to attract is negativity. So right now the world might be struggling a bit. You know, everyone is struggling a little bit or a little bit more than we were. And you could focus on that. Or you could think, this is such a great opportunity for me. This is the perfect time to talk to people who actually want to work this business. And this might be the only time to talk to people, to have this resonate with them who want to work this business. Because I'm telling you, I've recruited the last 3 years now pretty actively. And people are more to the point. What's the comp plan like? Well, how do you get paid? Well, how do you grow your paycheck? Well, okay. And they want to know. Do you know what I mean? Whereas maybe a year and a half ago, even 2 years ago, it'd be like, yeah, so the kit's nice and the discount and, you know, and they want to know other numbers. Right now, the people that I've been talking to are more likely to want to find more about the paycheck, right? So you could take that into a positive thing and say, you know, this could be such a great time for me and my business because it is the perfect time for people who actually want to work this business. I'm so excited to make connections and grow my network right now and be as proactive as I can, because I know that 12 to 15 months of this equals 10 to 15 years of growth of this the whole time. Okay, so use this time wisely, because 15 months, and I mean, we're in it now, goes quickly. It goes quickly. And we, you know, and there's so much success to be had during that time as well. We're not waiting. We're still succeeding. It's just going to be a little bit different. So that's the first thing, is the right mindset. The second thing is you have to figure out the right skills. And by that, I mean, I want you to really have good form when it comes to working your business, messaging, things like that. I want you to be proud of the work that you do. I want you to realize that there are a lot of ways to work this business that are sort of icky. And we don't do that here. You know, I don't talk about this at all because this team is amazing and we do things differently here. So when I say the right skills and working on your form and making sure that we're doing things as professionally and as authentically as possible. I don't talk about that a lot because we already do that, because that's what we breathe and do and believe. But you want to have good form when sending messages and when talking to people. And it's a great time to practice making connections, right? Like I was talking about being proactive. That's what you should be doing, is you should be growing your network now. You shouldn't be going for the yes right away. You should be connecting with them, having them get their interest piqued. Trust me, if they want to work this business, they're going to be interested, right? So that's what I mean by being proactive. You have to work on the right routines and habits to get that funnel big. And it's a great time to do that. The third thing is you have to look at this as an opportunity. And that is huge. The people who look at this as an opportunity are going to be the people who succeed. The people who look at this like, and think it's, it's a really slow time and it's, it's a recession. So no one's going to buy, no one's going to grow, no one's going to do anything. Our paychecks are going to go lower. Then that's what's going to happen. But if you look at this as an opportunity and you have the right mindset and you work on the right skills and you show up, I'm telling you, you will succeed. To be an amazing entrepreneur, they see a problem that people are having and they create a solution for it. Okay. And whether that, and I mean, I talk about this all the time, whether that's the discount for a brand with a 12-month warranty, whether that's a community that they might not have or feel right now, whether that's an income, right? Whether that's just a purpose. Maybe they feel like they're not, have something that they can do, right? There are so many opportunities, and to feel like this is an opportunity is huge for you to believe, because that way, if you don't believe it, no one else is going to believe it who you talk to. And there's so many opportunities for you to take advantage of, more in-house parties. Things are opening up. You can have an in-house party right now. You can have the in-house party with the starter kit that you received. You don't need any other stock than that. You can go and talk to people in real time around where you are. Book one. You could book one. You could book a pop-up with your starter kit at a gym, at a smoothie stop, at a private, whatever, locally owned, whatever, studio. You could partner up with someone from another direct sales company. You could do a extravaganza kind of party. You could do an in-house party with a seasoned Tupperware rep. That wouldn't be my style, but that would be something you could do. You know what I mean? You can think outside the box. You can look at this as an opportunity. You can look at this as practicing good form, working on your skills, and looking for the opportunities that are all around us all the time. But you can also share this opportunity because people are looking for something like this. And I feel like that's something that I have been doing for a while. I would say for 2 years, sharing this opportunity really well. And I share it because it's, it means so much to me. But here's the thing is right now, when people are feeling uncertainty, whether that's with their own personal, work, whether that's with their life, whether that's the fact that maybe, extracurriculars are coming up, hockey season's coming up, things have a lot of, things people have on their plates. People feel uncertain. So when people are feeling the uncertainty around them, you need to build certainty in yourself, and you need to share that when you talk and when you share. Okay, that's the key to success. You need to build certainty in yourself, and you need to project that. Because this is not a fearful time. It's an important time. And it's so awesome that you guys are already doing this. It's, and you've shown up to this call. So that's awesome. But because exponential growth is coming, I want you to be ready and to be ahead of that. And that's the thing too. 15 months equals 10 years of exponential growth. That's what they say. And starting next week, or when kids go back to school, or when things slow down, I mean, one thing leads to another, and it's 6 weeks. It's 8 weeks. It's all of a sudden 3 months. Like, you have to start now. You have to start today. Write down something that you're going to do tomorrow to move your business forward. It's as simple as that, and do it. It doesn't have to be this humongous thing. It'll be too late. You need to start today for sure. And that's the thing. What is it you need? You need to figure out what is it you need to do each day to move your business forward. For me, what I do each day, doesn't matter what day it is of the week, whatever mood I'm in, it has no effect on this. I share the opportunity of this business every day in some way or another, in some capacity or another, whether that's on a party, my VIP, on my stories, I'm talking about it with someone. I share about it every day, regardless of if the shit is hitting my fan at the house, or, it's a bad day, or I feel like I should be in bed, or whatever. I share. once a day. That is how I move my business forward. Okay. So you need to figure out what it is you need to do each day to move your business forward. And I'm telling you, it's not going to take up a lot of your time. This isn't a time consuming thing, really. You figuring out what's moving your business forward and what's moving your business forward for you. It could be 5 minutes a day. It could be a Sunday of scheduling your posts. I mean, we have a couple of reps who work full time, scheduling your posts, scheduling your posts a couple of days in advance, spending that 20 minutes doing that. It doesn't have to be super time consuming. Right now is the time to take action though. And the important thing is that the action is taken, not, well, I have to have all my ducks in a row before I jump into this, or I have to do it all or nothing before I do it. No, you just have to do it. And it doesn't matter if it's messy or what it looks like. I want to drop some truth bombs on you right now though. Anyone can make 6 figures. If you're thinking 6 figures is out of my range and you said it and I just got, upper lip sweat, anybody can make 6 figures. It's literally a choice. It's a choice that you're going to work hard and you're going to continue to work hard and you're going to work hard even when you feel like you don't want to. It's a choice. 6 figures is a choice. 100%. Let me tell you, it's after that. It's the, 250,000, it's the 500,000, it's the whatever. That's like that comes with leadership and systems and, other things. But to make 6 figures in this business, it's 100% a choice. Read or listen to 10 minutes a day on leadership and on personal growth. It's 10 minutes. I'm telling you, you're probably in your car for 10 minutes at some point in the day, or in the bathroom, or cleaning, or even prepping supper. 10 minutes a day. If you need help with any of these, I have a huge list, but whether you're reading a book or you are listening to a podcast, 10 minutes on personal growth. Okay. Boss Lee, Bob Heilig, Kristen Boss, Atomic Habits, like the list goes on and on and on and on. Okay. There's so many, but 10 minutes a day. And the one thing you need to realize, you need to believe, you need to hold on to, you need to fully think in your soul, to know, to feel, to do. I don't know how else to tell you this. You have to continue to recruit. And you have to continue to put the action in to recruit. When I say recruit, you guys all think results. And I realized this over the last couple of days. When I say you need to continue to recruit, and you think, well, that's not me because I haven't been able to recruit anybody. That's not what I mean. When I say you need to continue to recruit, I am meaning you need to continue to show up, to share the opportunity. I don't care what your results are. I don't care if you haven't recruited in 18 months, but you need to continue to recruit. Because I'm telling you, even if you're showing up messy and doing a crap job of it, and your form might not be great right now, but we're going to work on that, your funnel is still getting some people in it because you're continuing to put effort in. So when I say you need to continue to recruit, what I mean is you need to continue to put effort into sharing. That's it. Okay. And because the answer to all your problems in every single possible business problem that you have right now, I don't care what it is, the answer is recruiting. 100%. All of you. You could come to me with any single problem that you might have. Doesn't matter what it is. The answer is recruiting. I have no one that works. I can't rank advance. My PV isn't great. I don't have a big enough paycheck. There's no drive on my team. I feel like I'm dragging people. I feel like whatever, not enough people are showing up, or, I don't feel like I have a purpose, or, I don't really have a good why. It doesn't matter what your problem is. The recruiting is always the answer. And when I say recruiting, I don't mean results. I mean effort to share. Okay. It literally takes one person to completely change your trajectory of your business. One person to change your complete business. One person. Okay. And you don't know who that person is because they might tell you no for the first time when you ask them. They might tell you, I'm just going to use the discount. And then all of a sudden they decide, I'm going to work this business. And then 3 years in, they have a team of 450 people. So you got to give them a chance too, right? But that's the selfish part. That's the selfish reason. What about what this could do for them? Right? What could this do for them? So yes, I want you to continue to recruit. meaning I want you to continue to put the effort in. But what, and that's great for you and your business because it could change your business, but what could it do for them? What could it change for them? And when people say I can't recruit, or I don't have any recruits, or I don't have any potentials, have you not sold any Zaya recently? In the last 6 months, have you not sold a piece? Because I'm telling you, everyone on this call has probably sold a piece of Zaya in the last 6 months. And then I can say to you, well, then you can recruit. Then you can put the effort in and you can show up. Because I feel like people think recruiting and selling Zaya are two different things. And it's not. It's the same thing. However, you overthink this one over here. But over here, you love talking about the bomber bra and the light and tights. But you're not talking about it over here. You're overthinking it. You're, questioning yourself. You are, 3 steps ahead and then 6 steps back. And then you're like, I don't know what to say. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But yet you share the bomber bra and the light and tights so perfectly. It's the same thing. It's sales. It's legit a conversation. And you all need to start conversating. I'm sorry, but you do. How often do you say it in your stories or live on your Facebook or Instagram? I have a business opportunity for you. I love an answer. How often do you say that in your on your stories, in your Facebook, on lives, in your VIP, on parties? I have a business opportunity for you guys. I need you to take a listen because it's changed my life. And you know what? It might not change yours, but it could bring in $200 to $500. Period. If you aren't saying it, they aren't assuming it. You think that you posting about, oh, this is me in my grocery shop, my grocery cart, and I was able to get groceries, and they'll probably think that's from Zaya, so I don't have to put that. No, you have to put it. Assume people don't know, right? How many times a week, a month, or ever do you say, I have a business opportunity for you on lives to people? How many times have you said that in a personal Facebook message? No, we tend to and I'm not sitting over here on some high horse. I do it too. It's just habit. But sometimes I'll call myself out and be like, no, I'm going to put it straightforward. I'm like, listen, here's the thing. This is what you need to know. This is what you need to do. And you should sign up. This is a business opportunity for you. More often times than not, they're like, yeah, that sounds amazing. Because they like the certainty, they like the confidence, and they like the straight and narrow. Instead of this huge approach that we have sometimes, it's like, why do we do that? How many times, do you ask that? But then you'll come back and you'll say, you complain, you have no one who's interested, no recruits. We need to start realizing that we need to actually put it out there because people want it right now. Instead of saying, well, I can't recruit, I don't have any, recruits, there's no one interested, but you haven't put it out there yet. You've maybe posted a graphic, or maybe you made a post and it was subtly in there in between the lines of 3 things that Zaya is good and you should join. But there was no question at the end. I have a business opportunity for you, right? It wasn't out there. So you have to talk and share about the business. So when I say we need to continue to recruit, that's what I mean. We need to continue to share. We need to continue to put that effort in, but that effort needs to be very clear. Whether it's for them or not, that has nothing to do with you. Whether it's for them or not, that has nothing to do with you. Said it twice, you should probably write it down. Because I feel like people think they know better for other people. Whether it's for them or not, that has nothing to do with you. Okay? You don't know how this could benefit someone or somehow, and I'm not going to get into it because I get all emotional. But for most of you, you know what to say, and that's not a question. And I love this, and I'm really going to sit here for a second and make some people very uncomfortable. We just have to stop doubting ourselves and overthinking things. And that's the thing, is most people know how to talk to other people really well. I mean, really well. I've had conversations with almost all of you on pretty deep levels. And most of you are really good at conversating and holding a conversation and being quick back and forth and smooth and socially not awkward. And then we start talking about recruiting and it gets this whole approach over here. Again, I'm not sitting on a high horse because I do it too sometimes. But I've just noticed now, do you post a graphic or an amazing written post that you have up, which is great. I love those and they do work, but they can't work by themselves. Attraction marketing only works to a certain point. You're not going to get any likes and comments on those big posts that you do, the big write-ups that you do. Mine either. I'm not saying I get them. No one gets them. That's the idea. But it's almost like a two-part thing. You have to do the posts and the sharing of why Zaya benefited you, or why, you know, how it's benefited you, how it's changed you, whatever it is. But you also have to be over here saying, I have a business opportunity for you. I'd love to talk to you about it. Whether that's in their DMs, whether that's on your stories, you know, in your, you know, on your personal Facebook live. You can't just have the one without the other. You have to start conversations. So whatever way that looks like for you, you have to do it. I feel like some people, they don't know how to talk to people about recruiting, about this opportunity. If I told people, and I need you to listen up, if I told people right now, tonight, listen, guys, starting tonight, I want you to share and go out and talk to people about Zaya, the business. I want you to share with them about how it works, the team, how to make money, without any expectations. You can't even recruit people to this business, but I want you to share about it because I know it's changed your life and your life and your life. And I know you really have a good time with it. I know you like it. You know what I mean? If I told you tonight, I want you to just talk to people about it, almost like you would the Starbucks drink you like, or the whatever you use, or that thing over there that you love, that you can't live without, or that's really made it easy for you to do whatever it is. If I told you, starting tonight, we're going to go talk to people about it with no expectations of results, with actually you can't even if you wanted to, but I really just like it because I get paid. I love the clothing, the 12-month warranty. I like how soft this shirt is. I like the fact that it's brought us all together, even during COVID, that we were able to do these and I never really felt alone or whatever it is, right? I would love for you to go out and talk to people like that without any expectations, without any want for results. But I want you to speak from the heart. And I want you to feel how that is different than when you go out and you're looking for recruits and you're looking for someone to join your team. And I know that with corporate and with their promotions and stuff like that, that's great. The bonuses are awesome. And of course, I'm going for them. But I haven't changed the way that I've done my business. I've done this all along because guess what? When you work your business this way, there will always be a $5,000 bonus. I'll say it again. When you work your business this way, there will always be a big bonus. Right? That's why you should be working your business the whole time like this. That's why they put this promotion in place so that you actually start working your business like this. How would you talk to people starting tonight, tomorrow, the next day? If there was no expectations, if there was no results, if there was no join link, how would you share about this and what it's brought to your life, what it's done? And I don't care if you're a rep a day in, a rep, a year in, 2 years, doesn't make a difference. All I want you to do is I want you to share from your heart. I know that makes a huge difference. And I feel like I kind of had a light bulb moment the other day when I realized that I don't go for the yeses. I haven't gone for the yeses in a very long time because I have a funnel, yes, but it's not like I just have all the people to recruit over here and you don't. It's that I don't go for the yeses. Instead, I share from the heart. I share about that, how this has changed me from my heart. And I share authentically, and I don't have the expectations for results because I'm quite confident that they should and will sign up. I pique interest. I talk to them about it. I let my posts, my stories, and the fact that I ask them, I have a business opportunity for you, and I think you'd be really good at it. When you say things like that and you leave it like that, they listen, they hear you. I let that do my talking. I don't question myself. I don't doubt myself. because I'm sharing from my heart, because I have no expectations, because I don't care about the results, because whether or not it's for them, I'm sharing because I want to share, because it's not about me. So you have to bring it up. And by the time you bring it up to the right, and you continue doing it this way, sharing from the heart, having no expectations, not focusing on the result, but actually sharing how this has changed you, because stories sell, because transformation sells. Most times they're going to be already sold on it, especially with how confident you are, especially because you don't care what they say. That has no effect on you, because you're not going to make it about you. How would you talk to people if that was the way you were going to show up tomorrow? Would you have an issue doing so? Would it feel better? Would it feel easier? I'm telling you it would. Then why can't you just do that? Because I'm telling you, when I got the email about getting the 1001, I'm going to share it with you. It's all the items that we've already have released. And if you really want them, you can go out and get them with your discount or use your commissions on it. It's nothing special in that prize pack we got with the 1001. So if you think you've missed it, yes, it's great that people did that. But if you think you missed it, you didn't. And it doesn't end at the end of the month either. If you don't have your reps by the end of the month, listen, scrunchies. I will go out and get scrunchies if that's what you want in the world, Cheryl. I will get the scrunchies. I will find them somewhere. The scrunchies aren't the deal breaker. I am saying that even at the end of the month, it doesn't matter. I don't want you to focus so much on results because of this stupid promotion. Yes, I think it's awesome that they're handing out all this money. And I think it's great. I know you're kidding. I am too. But I will get you scrunchies if you want scrunchies. I think it's great that they're handing out all this money and that they're encouraging people to work the business the way it needs to be worked. But I don't want you to get so wrapped up in that, thinking that that's the end all and be all. And if I don't get it, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm going to be, frustrated, and I'm not going to work my business because I missed it. And obviously I'm not good at this. No, I want us to even take that completely off the table. I want you to stop focusing on the results and instead focus on the efforts and showing up and sharing from the heart and sharing as if you can't send the join button. Share as if you can't send that join button, but instead you're sharing a coupon with someone. Like, hey, did you know? Like, this is pretty cool. I think you'd rock this. Okay. So why do you have to overthink it and not talk about it that same way? I think it's the putting yourself out there that messes everything up. But if you stop taking it and putting it on your shoulders and you just completely, you know what, whether or not it's for them has nothing to do with me, but I am sharing how it's transformational to me, how this purpose has brought me great joy or whatever, right? So what if the goal wasn't for them to sign up and you couldn't even send the join link? That's how I want you to talk about it. And I love the fact that if you think about it as a solution to someone's problem, and I do this a lot. I mean, I have my list of potential reps literally in front of me, and I got them on that list, whether they know it or not, because I have a solution to their problem. I have a solution to their problem. Okay. Whether that's the discount, the community, the purpose, the income, whether I've seen something in them that I'm like, you know what, they're showing up in such crazy ways right now. They're on a fitness journey, or they're friggin' rocking something, or they're struggling, or they're on the struggle bus. They are on my list because I have a solution to their problem. And whether or not I even send them the join link, I'm going to share that, right? And there's 4 ways to have this conversation with someone, guys. You have to have a connection. And to me, listen, I'm going to be honest. You do not need to know their second cousin's dog by the time you bring up this opportunity. That is too far. You are in too deep. Okay. Connection is great. Yes. But you do not need to be in it. Okay. In the family reunion. Connection is the first step. Whether you know them from a friend of a friend, or, hey, I saw that we both like the same fitness page. She's great. I love the reels that she shares, period. Okay, that's connection. Okay, so that's the first step, because you're not going to just say, hey, girl, I have a business opportunity for you. If that's what you take from this training, we really need to talk. Okay, that's not what we're going to do. But the first step in the conversation is connection. The second step, dig a little, find a problem. And I don't mean that in like a weird way, but trust me, hey, I see you have multiple children. So do I. Shit's real. Like, you don't have to dig super deep into people. You could probably get it from their profile picture or the last 3 posts that they shared or the stories about their dogs or whatever. Working from home, the struggle is real or whatever they post, right? It's like, oh, okay, well, I love that. So dig a little. The second step is problem and problem solving. Okay, finding a problem. And if they don't have a problem, if they're like freaking perfect, that's fine. You can still share the business opportunity with them. I'll get to that. The third step in this sort of conversation thing is telling them about the transformation that happened to you. So if I was talking to Rebecca and I said, hey, Rebecca, frig, that move that you just made, that looks super stressful. I moved so much in the military. I know how stressful it is. It's so hard to like set down roots, wherever you end up. She'll come back and be like, yeah, it really sucked. I'll be like, the great thing about, and this Rebecca, I know probably, right? Like, I'm not going to jump right in right away. But me and Rebecca have been Facebook friends for maybe, let's say 3 months, 4 months. And we've been chatting back and forth. Not about the opportunity, but what I would say to Rebecca, who just moved, was like, I love the fact that this has grounded me even through the moves and through the like sort of when we've completely uprooted and moved somewhere else and completely did our life differently. I love the fact that this has grounded me. And I've talked to a lot of reps who have felt that with this business. That's telling them about the transformation. Now, when I say transformation and you think big, it doesn't have to be big. I put on the light and tights and they held in my stomach. That is telling them about the transformation. I put on the bomber bra and it was friggin' $41. That is telling them about the transformation. The 12-month warranty, telling them about a transformation. So it doesn't have to be big. So when I'm saying like, tell them of your transformation, I don't mean you have to have a 100-pound weight loss journey and you're just being like this crazy. No, it's just whatever transformation that can help solve their problem, you're going to share on if you can. And if I don't have it, I usually say, like, I know someone who did. Oh, but yeah, I have a rep who, whatever, right? And then it's the ask. Have you ever thought about this? Have you ever seen, Zaya's comp plan? You can ask people that, right? Why aren't we bringing that up? That should be like in the first few things that you talk about with Zaya is the comp plan. Okay, that's like a big step, right? So that's the 4 part of conversating about sharing this business. And that's what I sort of do is, like that connection. And like I said, you don't have to be in it for 3 weeks and then do the talk. It doesn't have to be deep. That's like great if it is, but it doesn't have to be. Finding the problem and by finding the problem, I mean, just getting to know them a bit. Trust me, it'll come up. They have kids. Okay, cool. You could do this. They don't have kids. Okay, cool. You could do this. Like it just figuring things out, telling them about the transformation or how it's how it's changed you. And then the ask. Does anyone have any questions about that part? I haven't checked any of the chat, but I do want to share. You can ask questions at any point. I do want to share for me the 4 ways that I recruit and the 4 ways that I recruit actively right now. For me, looking at my potential rep list, I would recruit through the people that I know. So I have these people, I call them like they are on my list. I'm rotating them. There may be 1 out of, every 5 might sign up after a year. Like they're not going to be like the ones I go to right away, but they're on the list. And they're people that I know personally. Okay, so, moms from soccer teams that you've known for, maybe a year or 2, and just those kind of people that, they don't really support your business. They might not be in your VIP. They might not have done a party for you yet, but all of those which you could ask them to go in your VIP, that you could ask them to run a shopping event for you or host one. You can't decide for people, right? So people you already know. That's number one way to recruit. And the key is not getting the yeses right away from these people. Like I said, they're on the list, they've been on the list, and every once in a while something resonates with them and they're like, yeah, I want in. I'm like, okay, cool. The second way is through parties. Okay. And I book a lot of parties through parties. So the second way to recruit is through parties. I've not only booked or signed up hostesses, but I sign up people in the parties too, because I talk about it a lot in my parties. Probably 3 or 4 times at least, I talk about the opportunity in my parties. I love parties because I can show them how I work this business, how I make it very easy, how I show up and I'm messy and kids are there and I'm doing things, and how it's doable for all people, for everyone. So I love that. Parties aren't about sales for me, for sure. They're definitely just about growing my network. And I show people right away from the beginning that it doesn't take anyone special to do this. I know you've heard me say that before. I also talk about the rep opportunity with the hostess before the party even starts, so they know. I'm trying to think here. I'm just looking on the people on the phone to see. Yeah, like there's some on here that would have experienced that from me. I book parties from orders that come in. Every single order gets a part, try to book them in for a party. The third way I recruit is through my customers. And I do this, they're probably like the first group. They might be on the list, but I might not get a bunch of them. Like I might get one every, 5 to 6 months. And it's all of a sudden someone just wants the discount, or someone wants to try it, or whatever, right? Or the kit's really good. So customers, right? So don't ever think that they're not potential reps. And if you're ever struggling for potential reps, you could go through your VIP. People in your VIP are there for a reason. So whether they've ordered or not, you can start going through your list. You can start asking people, hey, love that you're my VIP. Have you thought about purchasing Zaya before, or have you seen the kit recently? I'd love to help you get started doing this yourself, or whatever, right? They're in there already. So that's the connection. The fourth way I recruit is I wear the clothing, and I talk about it a lot. And whether that's in my stories, and I'm talking more about like not through parties. So like on my stories on Instagram, in person, that's sort of how I'm growing my network constantly. And I feel like it's important and it's okay to talk about your business. It's actually probably recommended to talk about your business. So you should probably do that. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? I feel like I'm missing a page, but that's sort of the story of my life. Does anyone have any questions? I would love to answer. We still got 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If you have questions about recruiting, anything that I did, you can use a chat or unmute yourself. Tegan, are you at a nightclub or something? I have to ask, what is with the blue lights?
I'm at my camper. It's my LED.
Okay, that makes more sense. I'm like, so what is happening? Super glad she's focused.
It was daylight when we started, and then I turned the light on because it's not anymore.
Expecting like rave music in the background or something.
No,
Camper.
it is not, but
I love it. No one has questions? I'm supposed to ask that differently. I was listening to a leadership or personal growth thing the other day, and it's Michelle, I will answer that. I love that question. It was like, you're not supposed to say, do you have questions? It's what questions do you have for me right now, or something, so to make them feel uncomfortable about not having questions. But I never say that because that's I don't know, it's weird. Okay, do we need to be at a certain rank to qualify for trips? There's technically there is 2 trips per year. One is the trip that you earn, and the qualifying period is January to March. And that qualifying period in my Zaya life has changed twice in terms of the first time it was recruiting and PV. Actually, the first 2 times you had to recruit a certain amount and you had to have certain PV, and you earned the trip, and it was to Mexico for the first 2 years. The third year, it was just PV and closing parties. I think it was PV, or maybe just closing parties, and it was to Dominican. Any rep, they can sign up in January. Actually, there was a rep who went to the Dominican who signed up in February who made the trip because she got enough points to go. And it's like, I think it's 68 points. Krista might know. I don't know how many points it was. It was whatever. You get so many points for closing so many parties at different levels, and you can earn the trip. Any rep can do that. The Xi executive trip and above is for Xi executives and above. I qualified last year. They had the Mexico trip, but the qualification is from December until November of every year. So if you qualify until November 30th of this year, you get to go on the Costa Rica trip in January. If you qualify December 1st of this year, you get to go on the next trip. And they haven't announced what that is. I think it's Europe, actually. I think I was given a little bit of a sneak thing into it. And Xi exec, you can see from the back office how to get there and so on and so forth. However, there is a trip that Ali is doing. So Ali Hareholt, our upline, she is doing, and she is going to do this yearly. It's a Leaders and Achievers trip, and it's incredible. We went to Chicago. There was a bunch of us who went to Chicago. Actually, a lot of people qualified for that trip, and a few people opted out. And sort of she went down the list to the people after that. And it's Leaders and Achievers, and it's 2 days, 3 nights, and it's amazing. It's just like training, and like it's such a great container. It's awesome. So to get there, Ali's going to share the qualifications, but it's going to be the exact same as last time. If you hit executive, you're automatically there. So we have a couple girls who are close to that, and they'll probably make it that way. And it's, if you're recruiting, you are going to make the trip. So if you're recruiting, 2-3 reps a month, you'll probably be on the list at some point, right? So yeah, that's all you have to do for that trip is, it's Leaders and Achievers. So you're either leaders, executive and above, or you're achievers, you're recruiting, and you've got, I don't even know. Krista, does the PV count for the Chicago trip? Just chat. Is she?
I can't remember. I was just trying to search it up. I couldn't remember. So am I creepy? I was just trying to search it up.
Yeah. Okay. I do feel like it was just the recruiting though. And then if anyone tied, then they would take the PV. I think they would look at the PV for that month. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
Michelle,
you're right.
PV isn't an issue. It's a recruiting. It's not the recruiting. I'd like to call out, Cheryl's not on the call. Oh yeah, she is. So Cheryl said something to me the other day and it sort of pissed me off. Calling her out. She's going to be, and it, you reminded me of that. So she's recruited 2 people. It's amazing. I said, freaking rock star. So proud of you, Cheryl. She said, oh, thank you. Just a lucky couple of days with recruiting. Just a lucky couple of days with, you can't get lucky. It's like not luck. It's not gambling. You're not on the slot machine. It's literally, you are either doing the work or you're not. Okay. So I love the fact that you said that, because it did get me a little bit riled up, but also I would love it if you would go back about, 15 minutes into this training and listen to about sharing, regardless of if you send them the join opportunity, the join link. Okay. Share as if we're not sending that. Just share about the business opportunity and how it's, how it's helped you, how it's changed you. But yeah, there is no luck in recruiting. But great job, Cheryl. Oh, so you have put in work. So it wasn't luck. I see, the truth comes out. Love that for you. But not luck. I love calling Cheryl out. Sorry, Cheryl. Yeah, PV isn't an issue, Michelle. Yeah, recruiting. And it's just something you have to intentionally work on. Like I said before, it's just the effort and it's not the results. So when I say we need to continue to recruit, I mean, we need to continue to put the effort in to share about this, because when you put the effort in to share, there are people out there who want this. And it's great to get people who want to work your business on your team. That's a game changer. Awesome. Does anyone else have any questions? Or is there any questions for me right now, or whatever I'm supposed to ask? No. Okay. Well, you can always ask questions to me or your upline at any point. And we'll get back to you for sure. And I would love that. So I will be going live on the team page tomorrow about the next 90 days, and I'm so excited about what's to come. There's so many exciting things happening on this team. And so stay tuned, turn your notifications on for the team page, make sure to watch the live tomorrow. And yeah, definitely. Well, you can always ask afterwards if you have questions later. Thanks so much for showing up. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you being here. Have a great rest of your evening. Stay cool, and I will talk to you guys later.